see. Are you in? This thing ran big yesterday. I don't like the range left on run, but that move on run yesterday. I mean, run ran. That thing was insane yesterday. MNMD, good grief. It gapped from 340 to 460, back down to 320. A lot of ugly gappers this morning, it looks like, outside of mid and large cap names. And the issue with, the market being so hot right now, you get a lot of action away from small caps because everybody's chasing up the mid and the large names. They're chasing up the broader market, kind of leaving the small caps in the dust. So you're going to see less activity on small caps. I wish that I liked UPST, but you've got this 4636 right here. It's a really similar setup to what I had on CVNA, and I really wish that I liked it. They both kind of go hand in hand in the way that they trade. They've both been super beat down over the course of the last year. And the range is okay on UPST, but there's definitely some limitation up in like the 44s, 42s. So I don't know that you've got a whole lot left here to play. You've got range about 51 max if you ignore the chop on the daily. Let's see, we're right now at 44.60. The only way that I can see watching this would be off of maybe a 44. Off of 44, I suppose you could actually watch this for the range to about 48. About 48 and then up towards the 50s. And it typically trades, I mean, this is one that it's got a, smaller float, 71 million shares. So compared to a, ticker like mRNA, float's a lot smaller. So it doesn't take quite as much to move it. That's why yesterday, I mean, it ran 20% with SPY yesterday. I mean, that was an insane move. It didn't take a whole lot. So, I'll watch this today. I'll watch it over 44, 44 to 48, and then up towards the 51s. I'll go with a 50 instead of a 51, but we do have nice range. I didn't think we did last night, but looking at it now, see things a little bit differently. It does look good. I do like UPST. So let's watch this over the 44s. Okay. Okay, so we've got UPST added to the list. I am still green over here on CCCC. It's just kind of doing its thing. I mean, it's just kind of doing its thing. I'm up about, what, 5 cents a share, so I just have a quarter of my position in that. Super tiny. Just see what it'll do into the open. LABU, UPST, LALM, LUMN. A lot of names on the scanner this morning. Fubo I don't like. Do not like Fubo one bit. Rivian don't like. FSR definitely don't like. We've already got a firm on the watch list. Path we also have on the watch list. So a lot of these we've already got. And like I said, I don't want to have too many on the pre-market list because we've already got so much on the nightly watch list. I don't want to overcrowd it and have us scrambled going into open, which we already have a lot. And I'm going to have to go through all of them and see which ones are still going to be valid today, which ones aren't going to be, and try to get that list maybe shortened a bit. Just because I really don't want to look at 10 million names into the open today. What? I left SoFi off the list for some reason, but I forget what the reason was. Does it not trade very well? Let me check price action yesterday. Yeah, it doesn't trade very well. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so list for today. We've got UPST. We've got mRNA. We've got ECDA. I'm going to separate these. So we've got mRNA, then we've got small cap land, ECDA, DCCC. You're saying range was an issue? Yeah, it was range and price action, I believe. Let's see, GTLB we've got to look at. I'm going to look at all of these in a minute just to make sure that they all look valid. If not, then I'll take some off and kind of shorten the watch list just a little bit because I don't want to have so many. We've got Path, IoT, and GME. Okay. Path, IoT, GME. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tickers for today. And that's going to be a problem for me. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I do want to shorten this a little bit. So let's look back. I'm going to look through all these charts real quick and see which ones are valid, which ones are not. UPST, I know I like. I'm going to keep UPST for today. mRNA, let me take a look at... I'm just going to go through the whole list. mRNA, yep, I like. You got range on mRNA, pretty clean. GTLB, I didn't like a whole lot. I didn't like a whole lot last night, so I'm going to actually take it off my list for today. The daily looks good, but you don't have a whole lot of range on the daily. That's going to be my problem with it. And if you look at the weekly, you'll see my issue here. You have range to like... You have 66 being an issue right overhead, then you've got 68. So GTLB is eliminated. Affirm, what do we have on Affirm? I know we had range to... Let me check the daily watch list here. Let's see. Affirm I liked, range to 47.70 and 49. Let me get this pulled up and take a look. I don't know that I like range on Affirm a lot either. It's not that it's not a playable amount of range, but I don't know if compared to the other tickers on the list, if it's quite up to par. Man, this thing is so extended, too. Yeah, I'm going to leave Affirm off the list as well. Really just sticking to the setups that are going to be my highest confidence setups this morning. The best range, best setups. So Affirm is off the list. What else do we have? I know I like IoT. Let me see how that one's opening here. I know I looked at it a few minutes ago and we looked fine, but let me see. Yeah, we're right over 36, so that's good. IoT I want to watch today for sure. GME, do I want to watch GME today? Over 17. Yeah, why not? We'll watch GME over 17. ECDA, I doubt we play because there's no volume on it. And then CCCC is not really going to be a play after what we have currently. Just a quarter size position starter, seeing if it wants to find buyers into the open. And if it doesn't, then just cut it and move on. But a anticipatory entry with some risk. So that's why only alerted a starter. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A plus, ready to go. Definitely focus on these this morning type setups that we'll have going here. So make sure you've got all these charts marked up. UPST, mRNA, and of course the plans are on the watch list. So make sure to go look at those. mRNA, Path, and IoT, and GME. Getting all of my charts pulled up here. Now that we know exactly what we want to play today. And I'll keep ECDA up in the corner. Like I said, I doubt that we play it today because there's not a whole lot of volume on it this morning. But if it does catch volume over the 2 3s, it is a really nice look. Yeah, it is a really nice look. So we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so UPST, let me get the plans on the list up here now. mRNA over, what was the plan on this? I just like having it up over here on the stream too, just so you guys don't have to keep on looking back and forth plans, but it's always a good thing, obviously, to have it marked up on your chart, so definitely make sure you have. Okay. So we've got 30 minutes until the open. We pretty much got everything planned for. Yeah, it should be a pretty good day today. So again, just staying picky. It's been a slower week with all the news we've had going on, but we just have to just play what the market gives us. Thankfully, yesterday with CVNA turned the week nice and green. So super, super happy about that. But we just have to keep on sticking with it, keep on staying picky this week until we do get up into the weekend into next week. When a lot of this whole news volatility will start to kind of fizzle a little bit, which will be good. It'll be good. So we need to stabilize just a little bit. Hopefully today we do continue higher. I know we're opening up. It looks like a little bit higher today here in pre-market, but we need to see how we actually trade after the open, see if we want to hold up. CCCC is starting to curl off of the low there. But again, only have a starter in that. So not a whole lot on the table on CCCC. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. If it does go, then I'll look to add. I want to add over VWAP if it does start to pick up some buyers up there. So we shall keep an eye on that. Let me know if you guys caught that CVNA yesterday too. I know a lot of you did. I know a lot of you did. I tried to give a ton of advance notice on it before it actually went. I think I posted it like 10 minutes before I posted up the entry, but that trade, everything was aligned. Make sure if you haven't yet, if you go down to the Trade Rewinds channel, I posted up an in-depth breakdown on that trade. So make sure you do watch that at some point today. Kind of goes over why I liked it, how I just, posted up the alert, literally the whole walkthrough of CVNA. So make sure to go down there and watch that just at some point today. Maybe after the morning you can watch it. Or even before open, if you're already planned for the open, then you can watch it now. But yeah, it was a really, really good setup. Probably the best setup that I found all day on CVNA with the market just going nuts. Really, really worked out well. So at this point, we've got 30 minutes until open. Sitting back waiting. Seeing what we've got. And just have to wait until entry criteria is met on these names. On these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names. So we got a lot of names to watch today, but they all look really, really good. 2 of them kind of discretionary. Just kind of, maybe not. We'll see. ECDA, sort of. Maybe like it. If we get decent buyers. Right now, there's nothing on it. And for that reason, I doubt that we play it today. So more like 6 tickers we're watching today. Yeah, do not like FRGT. So DP, there's a lot of small caps that have Amazon news. It's not like it's, game changing or something. There's a lot of small caps that get Amazon PR. So, news aside, just focus on the chart and you'll see on the daily, you don't really have a whole lot of range. I don't like how it trades. I'm not going to be trading a penny stock regardless, but if you look back on the daily, there's not a whole lot of range. Let me scroll back a bit here and you can see. Hold on, scroll back a little bit too far. So you've got the 110 right here on the daily, which whenever a ticker is up, where's the details on this morning? I mean, it's up 264%, right? So having 10% of range to 110, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's not enough range compared to the amount that it's actually up this morning. I mean, that's nothing. It'd be having 10% more range from up here. So it's a little toppy up here. I don't like it up over $1. I just think personally there's better setups out there. I don't think that the daily has a whole lot of range. If it goes without me, that's fine. It's not something that I like. You've got to be careful though looking at news that way. You got to be really, really careful because something can have Amazon news, something can have Google news, something can have Microsoft news, and it can still crap the bed, right? So just focusing on setups that actually have decent range. We've got our CCCC small cap wise. Otherwise, not really seeing a whole lot else small cap wise this morning. Like I said, a lot of the action in the market is over in mid and large caps this week because of the market just going nuts yesterday. So small caps don't have as much focus on them really amongst most traders. Most traders, whenever the market's hot, they're going to be kind of shifting towards the mid and large. But yeah, I would just be careful looking at news in that way. Now, obviously, if you saw the news come out and it's down here at 30 cents, 40 cents, then I'd say, heck yeah, man. But I mean, it's already up 300%. I don't know how much upside's left in this. And I don't like the daily. So we've got 24 minutes until the open. We got all of our setups ready to go. I like all of them, really. I really do like all of them. So it looks like it's going to be a good day today. I'm pretty stoked. Just have to stay picky, stick to our plans, and see what the market gives us today. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll see what it gives us. But a lot of these nightly watch list setups are really, really good. If the market does open strong, we want to watch for names that are showing relative strength alongside the broader market. Those are the ones you want to be a part of today. So hopefully we get some relative strength on our names today. If not, then we'll have to look for some names that do have relative strength, like we did yesterday with CVNA. So we'll take a look around and see. But I'm really happy that we have the setups that we do. Just have to stay super, super picky. Stay patient. And along with that CVNA video as well, make sure to go to the Class Archives channel and watch the video on mid and large caps versus small caps. And that kind of dives into how to really maximize your profits in the mid and large names, as if it's a small cap. So make sure to go watch that at some point. It's I think it was like a 30-minute lecture. So anytime today, maybe over your lunch or something, go take a look at that and see. 22 minutes. And now's the time if you guys have any questions for me about the week so far or anything in your trading, make sure to let me know. We've got 22 minutes to sit here and just answer. So whatever you guys have, just let me know and we'll go over it real quick. because we've already got our setups ready to go. I'm going to keep the scanner volume on so I can at least know what else is moving, but, you know, I've pretty much got what I want. Let's see, scanner volume's not working. Let me restart it real quick. Are you scaling out on mid and large cap similar to small? I mean, in a way, I mean, you're not obviously having a scalpy approach in the mid and large names. So you're not trimming as fast, but yeah, it does apply. You still do trim, yeah. But yeah, you're not in and out, in and out, in and out. You're not trimming as soon as you get a move in your direction. I mean, you can look at either the video in the archives is going to be a good video for you to watch, but you just want to give them a lot more time. You want to give them a lot more time to confirm before you start trimming a whole lot. You know, in a mid and large cap name, I might trim really, really slow at the start, like 5-10% of my position at the start until we really get some movement. Then maybe I'll start to sell, you know, 15-20% once we start getting some, at least extension away from our entry and when it really starts to confirm our thesis. So it really just comes down to giving it more time. You want to give it more time, obviously, because they're going to be slower moving. So other than that, though, yeah, you do just trim and raise your stops the same way. Got 18 minutes. You've been holding longer while moving stops. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. That's a good thing to do, as long as you're not raising your stops too quick or too tight. Because, you know, mid caps need more room to move. They need more room and time. But you can go back and if you look at my CVNA alert from yesterday, go back and study these stop losses on that. You can go back and see when I raised them, why I raised them, where I raised them. So definitely check that out. You know, anytime I post up an alert, make sure you go back and look at the alert. You can look back at the stops and just see, okay, why did he raise it here? When did he raise it here? Just look through and see why I did what I did, and it should help you out quite a bit. Now, if you want to keep it simple, you can just use the 5 minute, right? And whenever those candles close, just toss on a stop at the low of the last candle. So whenever that candle closes, just toss a stop at the low and just let it keep on trailing up. That way you're at least riding the momentum up, and you can actually hold on to your position all longer that way as well. Now, I wouldn't suggest that for small caps. Obviously, the 5 minute small caps, you're going to have a lot more action going on within those candles, but for mid and large names, they're going to be a little bit slower. It's perfectly fine. All I know is I'm ready to have a green day today. It's going to be a good one. Just got to wait for the good old UPST, IoT. IoT I like a lot. Let me get that 36 marked on my chart. I don't know why it's not. Oh, yeah, it is there. Okay. So we can actually watch for the flush on IoT rather than the breakout, which I do like a lot more than playing the break that I would have had to play from last night. So IoT off 36. Yeah, that looks real good. GME over 17. All these setups look fantastic. They really do. The daily on path finally caught back up. Looks so good. Looks so good. Maybe over 26. I do like it over 25.50 too, though. So it just depends on where buyers find it out of open. Urs, you're asking if I only do long trades. Yeah, so I don't short. Big reason why you have to think of it from like a service perspective. You know, most people in here are on cash accounts. Most of them are newer to trading, so I don't want to post up shorts because people don't understand the risk that comes with shorting. And the last thing I need is for somebody to come in here and get a fat margin call. Um, you know, people have an issue cutting their losses in these longs. I would hate to see somebody not cut a loss in a short and blow up. So I'd rather stick to the basics. Not to mention, too, if you stick to one thing, you'll always have better results. You know, if I do long and short, you know, you go long, you're wrong, you flip back to short, then you flip back to long, you get super, super tilty, you just start revenge trading. So for me, I just like to stick to the long bias, definitely, but it's for both of those reasons. And yeah, DP, if you're in at 70 cents, you're fine, brother. I mean, as long as you're raising your stops, you are fine. It's just for me, I wouldn't have wanted to enter over a dollar. Yeah, no, you're fine at 70 cents. It's just for me over a dollar. I didn't really have a whole lot of risk to reward that would have really made sense on my end on the stream. But yeah, no, over 70, yeah, you're fine. I got 12 minutes. Let's see what we're going to have today, y'all. Did I buy FRGT? No. So like I said, I don't like FRGT up here. From a risk to reward standpoint, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy it up over $1. No. Nope. And if you are new to the Discord, I do mention whenever I'm buying and selling, so you'll see it on the screen as well. But my plans for the morning are on the screen right here. It says top watches 12/14/2023. Those are my watches for the day. That's what I'll be trading for the most part. I might find something else after open, depending on what hits the scanners, but that's what we're going to be watching, at least right now, as we go into market open. So we've got a couple minutes to go. But this week now, we've got small red on Monday, green on Tuesday, green on Wednesday. So really turn the week around really fast. And, it's a nice green month now. This week was super slow up until yesterday afternoon with CVNA. But that just goes to show why I always talk about having that long-term mindset, because I can come in and if I don't find anything that I like, I'm not going to trade it. Because I know in my mind it takes that one A+ setup to flip my day from break even or red to green really quick. So, I mean, you figure CVNA yesterday, we had nothing but break evens pretty much all morning on, what were the trades? Let me pull up my trades from yesterday again. On PA&W and VRTX, and the CVNA win blew those out of the water. So that's what it's so easy to, if you just stick to your plans, if you just stick to the long-term mindset, just let probability run its course. I knew this week was going to be a little bit slower because you got so much news, but it just all works out. It all works out. You just wait for the setups that you like. But now the thing is, if you would have gotten upset that it was a little bit slow and you go around forcing setups that you really didn't like, you really shouldn't be touching, out of spite, you just start oversizing, over trading, revenge trading, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Then, you're pretty much stuck red for the week. You might even be stuck for red for the month just because you couldn't accept a slower market. So that's why I always say, sit back. If the market's slow, just sit back. Just sit back and wait for your plans to come to you. And that's really all it is to it. So it's all about just being patient, being picky, and just sticking to what you got planned. That's really as hard as you have to make it. Got 8 minutes. Bunch of volume on GOTU, but that daily is going to be an issue over here back here at the 450. Not to mention, it's a Chinese EDU name as well. I was looking at it last night. I didn't like range on it. I don't like the fact that it's a China EDU. So I'm not going to be looking at GOTU. Does it have news today? No. Now, as a reminder, we've got to see how the market's going to open up. So give it about 1 or 2 minutes before we start really looking for entries. Maybe even 3 to 5 minutes before we start looking for entries, because we're so extended from yesterday. I want to make sure that we're going to hold up here. And if we do, then we can go out and start looking for some longs. But should be a good day today. Should be an easy day if the market does hold up. Now, if we start selling off and we give back his move from yesterday, then we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. We're going to be sitting here just waiting. Because you figure the market's at more than 2% in the last day now. And yeah, so I'd like to see it hold over the 470s. As long as we do, we should have a nice day.